up, guys? We finally hit that point in time where we're going to install a few of these parts we've been talking about over the course of the last few months in preparation to head to Indiana for the DPI Expo, the Ultimate Callout Challenge, and the Alligator Live Build. Some of those parts we're going to be installing is going to be the 4-inch BDS 4-link suspension kit, along with the Nitro Gear and Axles, and then the pack brake air management system and the airbags. So today we're going to actually be installing the BDS lift kit. As you can see, the color scheme is going to be black and white on everything, kind of that tuxedo look. You know, there's a lot going on here. There's going to be some specialty tools brought into it, and that's one of the reasons why we're going to do it here in the shop versus over there live at the show, is that it's not only is it time consuming, this lift kit, 8 to 10 hours just to install a lift kit, and that's before getting to all the other parts we're going to be installing here at the show. You know, I have to have specialty pullers. They talk about their install instructions about having a welder even, along with drilling and doing a bunch of other stuff that's just time consuming and not really, it's pretty anticlimactic. So we're just gonna do that here. And there's already a few things that I can tell is gonna kind of give us a little heartache there, or a little bit of a headache. You know, with the lift, it's gonna be nice, but there'll be a few things I think I'm gonna have to do on the ground, because like the factory front arm has a flat section where a lift is supposed to go to kind of level with the truck and pick it up. Well, I have to take those arms off, so I'm sure that there'll be a point in time where I have to have the truck back on the ground using some jacks and kind of doing it old school style, but it is what it is. Excited to kind of get this lift kit on to kind of do that first little transformation of this truck. So yeah, let's go ahead and start taking off the wheels and tires and start with the first steps of this lift kit. All right, so after we got the front wheels and tires off, the install instructions talk about removing some of the linkage off the front to basically swap it out with the stuff that's in the BDS kit. But I know that I'm going to be doing half of this on the ground, so I'm going to do a few things, you know, a few steps down the road. So they tell you to take off the drive line to put the spacer in between the transfer case and the front drive line. I'm going to just remove the full drive line since we're going to be doing some of those Nitro Gear and Axles here soon anyway. And we're going to have to remove the drive line to get this front yoke, and so I might as well just take that out and leave it out until I actually install those gears. Now, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. The lift holds on to these arms, and I have to take these arms off. So that's probably where I'm going to have to go old school and go back down the ground, do the majority of this on the ground. And so I'm going to rip off a few things in advance. You know, so once I get this down the ground, we'll rip off the front linkage, the springs. BDS has these bigger brackets that basically the 4-link connects into. And so that'll be some drilling and some bolting into the framework from there. So we'll go ahead and rip off that drive line and then kind of bring this back down, start tearing off that front linkage and kind of start kicking its ass. So now that we've removed the track bar and the shock, really the only thing holding this axle up is the jack underneath there, so I'll slowly let that down and I can pull this front spring out, and then I'll kind of do a little swapping and pull the rear bars off there and put the new BDS brackets on. Before we actually install the passenger side 4-link bracket, there's a few modifications we had to do on the passenger side. First, we had to trim basically just a little ear off so we could kind of flush out the bracket to the factory frame and cross member. And then we also had to drill and then install a crush lever rivet here in the frame. And then you can't quite see it in the camera view here, but then we had to weld in a spacer and some threads into the side of the frame, since there is a little bit of a gap because of this bracket does kind of go on the side of the frame there. And yeah, we kind of took the weight off of the cross member with the jack so we could pull out those 2 bolts. So basically the next thing we'll be doing is shimming up this bracket and start putting in some spacers and all the hardware.
You're swinging like a taggle. Doing a good job, man. Thanks, man. Shit, wear you the fuck out.
This truck's been wearing me out.
I just did one of these yesterday, so you can. That's a fucking crush sleeve. Holy shit, house mouse. Slowly. Mom says I'm special. Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was easy.
Yeah, it was super easy. Are you sure you're ready?
Oh, I'm so excited. Whoa.
No. I'm not ready. Ah! That's how you don't put bearings on pinions.
I got you, son. Let's see as you hit now. Good?
Well, hang on.